but deeper than forgiveness. Jesus calls us to love. In Mark, it's written, "And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked them, 'Which is the first commandment of all?' And Jesus answered him, 'The first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, that the Lord our God is one Lord.'" A little bit of Unitarianism there from Jesus. "And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and all thy strength. This is the first commandment." And not being asked whether there was a second commandment, he says, "And the second is like it, namely this, that we shall love our neighbors as ourselves. There are no other commandment greater than these." So in here he's virtually defining the way that we love God, the invisible that we can't see, is by loving our neighbor whom we can see. And Luke has Jesus saying, "Love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, pray for them which despisefully use you. And to him which smites on one cheek, offer the other. And him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods. As you would have men do to you, do you likewise to them. For if you love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those who love them. And if you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have you? For sinners do even the same. And if you lend them who you hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive much again. But love your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great. You shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful, and to the evil. Be you therefore merciful, as your Father is also merciful." These are difficult words to live. And these are the words that Jesus tried to show in his life. And I've been bemoaning the harshness of internet conversation, but I saw one that seemed to be fitting to this statement. That if Jesus, on the night of his betrayal, could wash the feet of Judas, you can bake somebody a cake. It's not that hard. All of us fall short of perfect love. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Love is a good place to begin. We should express our feeling of right and wrong, and we should allow others to do so as well. Trust that in the long run, truth will win. We ourselves may be on the cutting edge of freedom today, and then someone will build upon our work and we might think they're taking it too far. But let us hope for the words of Jesus to be resurrected. Let us hope that the words of forgiveness have a new life in our community. And let us hope that love will be revived. Our Universalist heritage can help us get closer to the goal. Traditionally, it means everyone is saved. And if God wants to save people, what right have any of us to despise them? And Jose Ballou, an early Universalist, said, Never let your zeal outrun your charity. The former is but human, and the latter is divine. I can be very zealous. I like to stand around state houses and courthouses and get into paper sometimes and let my view be known. I'm zealous about presenting my version of the truth. But that's what's human in me. We all get angry and say that's wrong, it needs to be changed, and we all have a right to do that. What Baloo is saying, don't let your zeal outrun your charity. Because the zeal is human, but the charity is divine. It's the part of us loving our enemies is a difficult thing. It doesn't mean agreeing with them. It doesn't mean that you're going to be best friends with them and take them out for dinner, although that might help. But it does mean that you wish the best for them as people. And if they have fears that keep them from being as just as they could be, pray that their fears, hope that their fears go away, or better yet, do something personally to let them know that we are not people to be feared. We may hate their ideas, but we can never hate the person who holds those ideas. Do not fear disagreement, but fear the loss of love. Forgiving one another as we struggle on the path to love. Again, Universalist Jose Balou said, if we agree in love, then there is no disagreement that can do us any harm. But if we do not, no agreement will do us any good. And so political battles come and go. Political battles are about giving 51% so you can change a law. And we win some of those battles and we lose some of those battles and we have some results that you're not even sure what they mean at the time. But how we play that game is most important. As people of wonder, hope, and awe, people who are looking for ideals and hope that they can be lived, it is the most important that we live up to our highest ideals whenever we engage in conflict. And after the dust from a conflict is settled, let us work so love remains, or better yet, increases. May we bless and be blessed.